Hello, welcome back to another reading. This is Star to Earth. So today we are going to read the cards for an answer. Is it a yes, a no, or a maybe? And I'll leave the topic open so it will be applicable for any question that you have in mind. And today we are not picking from crystals, we are picking from these cards, the imageries of this card. So this is group 1, group 2, and group 3. So pick one intuitively while thinking of the question that you have in mind, and then go to the timestamps that I've listed below for your reading. See you there. Hi group 1, so you pick this card. Let's see. Is this a yes or no? So in this deck, I've separated the upright and the reverse cards into half, and they are then shuffled together. So now I'm going to pull 3 cards. Depending on whether they are upright or reverse, I'm going to answer your question whether it's a yes or no. Okay, let's shuffle. For group 1, is this a yes or no? Okay, group 1, so the answer for your question in mind is yes. You got the 5 of Rods in reversed, the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles upright, and the 3 of Rods upright. So the 5 of Wands here make me think of arguments, conflicts, and as it's in reverse, I think this was either in the very recent past, or it could also be that it is the current situation right now where you're surrounded by arguments and conflicts, but you are already entering the ending phase of this state. Okay, it's going to end soon. And look at this, you are going to turn your back on this. Okay, you are going to put this aside and then focus on your own happiness, your own goals. We have the Archer here, then the 10 of Cups as well as the Queen of Cups. So with the Vessels card here, I feel like I see you putting your emotional well-being first rather than focusing on whether other people are happy. Okay, whether they're happy with their choices, whether they are happy with what you are doing, right? So it's a change, a switch of prioritization. It is a very positive change. Okay, this is in the past, in the recent past, this wasn't your own happiness wasn't your priority. So this is a very positive switch. Okay. And I feel like your question is somewhere along the lines of, will I get happiness? Will I be able to leave this situation? Will I be able to find a resolution for this? Will I find people who are my tribe, or people who are in better alignment with me? Or will things improve? Okay. And the answer is yes. With the happiness card here, there are 10 cups here, and it always reminds me of like a group of people who are happy together, who likes to be in each other's company. Okay, can be a family as well. So I feel like yes, if you're looking for people who are who understands you or who likes to be with you, then yes. Okay, because we also get the endurance card here in reverse. The time of having to endure loneliness, having to build your own fire in order to survive the storms, and having to live alone in the cave. This kind of feeling is going to be over. Okay. And this card here that you pick, it talks about ending as well. It actually means death or departure, an ending of some sort. Okay. And when I look at this card, the word I heard is dissipation, where the energy of the issue in your life, it actually gets scattered. The energy gets scattered and it just disappears into thin air. Like it just gets spread into the air and just disappear. Okay, so I would say it is related to finding resolution as well. These two cards, two oracle cards that I pull, they are advice. So I will talk about this first. This is number 8. Could it be a dragonfly? So this card talks about, is telling you that you are actually surrounded by signs every day, signs that are sent to you by the universe or by, your guardian angel or by your higher self, because that's the way they contact you, that's the way they interact with you. Okay, and this card is telling you to be more sensitive in noticing these signs. They are around you in your daily encounters. It doesn't have to be like some kind of mystical encounter or dream world where they appear. They are actually in your everyday life. For example, the lyrics of a song, a series of numbers, a bee, a dragonfly, a crow, a pigeon, particularly when they appear right when you are considering something, wondering about something, thinking about something, like you're deep in your thoughts and then these signs appear. And they usually carry messages. Okay, so you do not always have to ask other people or Google about what it means, right? Like sometimes I would Google what does 777 means, or what does this spirit animal means. Okay, you can do that as well, but sometimes you would not resonate with the messages that come online, right? So what you can do, you can also develop your own meanings for signs. They might mean different things to different people, so you can develop something that is specific to you. Okay, for example, for me, whenever I see snails or the shape of this shell, the swirly shell shape, to me it means joyful, it means carefree, to be carefree. Because when I was young, I spent a lot of time outdoor in the garden, and I play a lot with tiny snails. I put them on my arm, and then they would, walk slowly and slowly, and I would pick them up and put them on my palm, and then I let them walk. So to me, that's a very innocent, very carefree time. So they remind me of that time. Okay, so that's how I connect the signs and meaning. Another example would be dragonflies. So because I like dragonflies, and whenever I see them in near to the waters, and they remind me of the glimmers of the surface of the water surface, and usually I see them when I am in an adventurous mode, when I'm outdoor, like outing in the woods. So what they mean to me is to be adventurous. So these meanings, they might not be the same with other people or with the general meaning online, but it doesn't matter. It's how I design it for me. Okay, so you can do the same too. The second oracle card, this one, it's a very powerful card, and I want to read it for you from the booklet. So this card is number 40. It says, when the weavers built the sun. Okay, so I will read the first paragraph for you. Legend has it that when the dream weavers built the sun, they created a huge ball of fire so that they could see all the miraculous things they wove into being. They needed light and more life force energy to flood our world so life could grow and flourish. Their big dream didn't exist before they imagined what it could be. They made it up as they went along, with no plans to follow nor certainty about how to do it. They claimed it energetically and followed the prompts of the conscious universe, their partner. They made an impossible thing real. So this message is coming in for you because you are in a similar place. You have a big dream and you don't know how. So the card is telling you, well, you don't need to know how. You know, when they built the sun, they didn't even know how. They didn't even plan to build the sun. They just saw the need to build a sun at some point, and then they just follow the cues of the universe by claiming it energetically and follow the prompts. So if you are dreaming of something, okay, with the Three of Rods, it's always about looking forward, right? Dreaming of a future that feels, there are a lot of steps ahead, right? You don't know which direction to take or what to do first. And this is your answer. You do not necessarily need to know how. Okay? And this is, by not knowing how, it doesn't mean that you should give up. Okay? When it is unique, when what you want is something unique and there's no path or no a manual to follow, it means you are on the right path. You are creating something unique, something different. As long as it is authentic to you, then you should continue dreaming it. Okay? Whatever your dream, we need you to begin now. It's time to act. Hold the vision of success, but not too tight, and lean into this greatness, your greatness. Just think of how many will be touched by this action. Trust that you were made for this. Step forward and keep walking, one step at a time, and the universe will open the doors one by one. Okay, group 1. This is all I have for you in today's reading. If it resonates, I would be very grateful if you click like, you subscribe, or you leave me a comment. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can head to the website that I've linked below. Alright, group 1. Thank you, and I will see you in my next reading. Bye-bye. Hi, group 2. So you picked this card. Today we are reading about an answer to your question, whether it's a yes, no, or maybe. So in this tarot deck, I've separated the cards into two groups. The first group is upright and the second group is reverse, and I've shuffled them together. And now we are going to pull 3 cards just to see whether you get more upright cards or more reverse cards, so that we can decide on whether it's a yes or no. Okay, let's go. Group 2. Is this a yes or no? The answer to your question, group 3, is a maybe, leaning towards a yes. You get the Sun upright, the World in reverse, and then the Three of Pentacles upright came out together with the High Priestess reverse. So you end up with 2 cards upright and 2 cards reverse. But I still feel like this is a more a yes. Okay, more a yes. I will tell you why. Okay, I feel like your question is about something that is totally out of your hands, which means this is something that you cannot directly affect the outcome through doing or not doing certain things. Like, it feels like you can only watch, you can only wait, or you can only, see what happened. There's no more things that you can do to, change the trajectory. For example, it might be about other people. Like, for example, if your question is, will this person contact me? Or will they agree with me? Will they come forward? Will they say yes? Things like that. Or it could be about the bigger environment, like, for example, will humans stop fighting? Will humans stop the war? Is there still hope for humanity? Things like that. So your question is leaning towards a yes, because we get the Sun card. The Sun is always a firm yes. All right, it's saying optimism is the way to go. And the World in reverse tells me that this is not the end of the situation yet. We are not going to lose hope just yet. Okay, we have not reached the last chapter, so we can keep our hope up. And I feel like you have been disappointed by this in the past. Okay, it's something like, you would say, based on my past experience, this will not happen. Based on my past experience, this person will not reach out. They will not come forward. Or based on history, human will not stop war. This will keep repeating. Right? And there's helplessness here. This is a sad situation. It is saddening. Like, I can't do more, and I feel like it will not go the way that I hope for. This is frustrating. This is depressing. But at the same time, you do hold on to some possibilities that it will happen. So you are in this dichotomy of, okay, I don't want to be too hopeful in case that I am being let down again, but I do hope that this will somehow or rather happen one day. Okay, so the hopes are still there, but you have minimized it to like really, really, really low. So I feel like if someone asks you, so do you think it will happen or not, you will not have a straightforward answer, right? There are complicated feelings involved indeed. The High Priestess reverse and the Three of Pentacles here tell me that in order to not get your hopes up, you have been actually focusing on the physical, on what is workable. Okay, you're telling yourself, okay, let's build this building with real pillars, with real work, with real architectural skills, not with a feeling, not with a thin shred of optimism, not with a sign that I'm not even 100% sure about. And I think this is to keep your sanity, right? And this is a grounded way to go. Okay, but then this card talks about gift. It is talking about new start, about generosity. It is saying that your wishes will be granted. It is saying that, okay, you can doubt. You can keep your doubts, but then if you want an answer, then I will tell you straight. It will happen. It is a gift for you. Interesting, right? This oracle card here, it says, as the weaver's way is true. Number 39. I'm going to read the Dreamweaver's oracle booklet to you for this card. The mythic story of the Dreamweavers invites us to imagine the purpose of these wise, benevolent beings working on our behalf, who represent the higher wisdom that governs our lives. So if we don't really trust in them or in any divine force, it means we believe only in our human will to make things happen, that everything is on our shoulders to carry. If we can't see the hidden realms, they don't exist. Only what we see does. Even the idea of our higher self is reduced to a philosophical ideal. Effort then becomes primary. Hard work, struggle, goals to achieve, difficult relationships. A lot of people live this way. You don't. You know deep down that you can only do so much. Okay, these two cards are saying this. You know that you can only do so much on your own. You need this divine partnership to make your life work. You were born to reclaim your magic, your roots in the mystical ways of the world. Trust becomes essential to surviving and thriving. Today, trust the way that is illogical, intuitive, perplexing, curious, and creative. This is the Dreamweaver's way, and it will always steer you into exploration and adventure. You will meet and befriend extraordinary people who will be your mystical companions. Just keep asking for a sign and the next step will be revealed. Right now, your choice is obvious to your heart. Follow it and trust the outcome. Okay, I think the advice is telling you that you need to follow more magic in your life, or allow more magic to flow into your life, because I feel like these past experiences have kept you in a place where you feel like you don't really dare to dream. You don't really dare to dream more, dream higher. But there's this concept that what is achievable is actually very much depending on our audacity to trust it, our audacity to ask for it, our audacity to make it believable to us before we actually make it happen. So I would say this advice is asking you to flip this High Priestess back upright again. And I feel like this used to be your state, and then because of this disappointment you were like, okay, whatever, I'm not gonna follow whatever the intuition or the magical, all those crap. I will just work with what I know, work with what is real. And this gift that you are going to accept, you are going to be given, will make you trust magic again. You will not be disappointed because it's saying your wish will be granted. Okay, so I feel like what is coming in will wipe away your disappointment in the past and renew your hopes again. I actually see good news coming in for you, but they are being quite secretive about it. It might not be the good news that you ask for, like specifically or exactly the same, but they will be something that you love, that is even better than what you wish for. Okay, group 3. This is all I have for you. So if it resonates with you, I would appreciate if you click like and subscribe, or leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you. And if you are interested in a personal reading, I left my link below, my website link, and you can book from there. Alright, group 3. No, group 2. Sorry. Alright, group 2. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in my next reading. Bye-bye. Hi, group 2. So you pick this card here. So today we are going to answer your question, whether it's a yes, a no, or a maybe. So in this deck, I've already separated. I'm sorry, I think the camera was shaky. So in this deck, I've separated them into half. Half is upright and half is reversed. And now I've put them together and shuffled them. So we're going to pull 3 cards, where the more upright cards would suggest a yes, and more reverse cards would suggest a no. Okay, let's see what we get for group 2. Is this a yes or no? Okay, group 2, you got the 8 of Rods in reverse, the 7 of Pentacles upright, and the King of Swords in reverse. The answer to your question is no. I feel like your question has to do with a time frame. Like you want to know whether what you are hoping for will happen within a period of time, and this period of time is a slightly short. For example, your question might be, will I hear good news about my job this month? Or will I meet someone special in the coming month? Or will I be able to earn a revenue this much this year? Okay, and the answer is no. Because it is not time yet. It is still breeding, growing, accumulating. This card talks about breeding, okay? You are right, actually, that this thing that you are hoping for will come to you. Yes, it will come to you, but it is not going to come when within the time frame that you set. Okay, it might come in a big way or as a surprise, you know, when you least expected it, when you weren't thinking about it, it just come, it just appear. Okay, but it will not come when you were sitting and waiting and thinking about it. Okay, with the 7 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles here, we can already know that this is suggesting a slow process, right? The fast cards, the Eight of Rods, the Wands, and the Swords, those with shorter time frames and faster, they are all in reverse. And these two cards are slow energy. Okay, this is talking about dedication, constant effort, day by day, piece by piece. Exactly like how you would, grow a fruit tree. It needs time, like the fruits need time to mature, to sweeten, to things need to happen, reactions, biochemical reactions need to happen in the right time, in the right sequence, so that it will be ready. So this is not something that you can rush, okay? And of course, they need your attention and hard work every day as well. And I feel like there's this feeling here that you are saying, okay, this is too late to back out. You might have thoughts to stop doing what you're doing so that you can cut some losses. But you know that backing out is not wise right now. I feel like many of you intuitively know that it will work out eventually. Or some of you, because with this seer card, I feel like some of you even have been asking around a lot, okay? Maybe psychics, fortune tellers, tarot readers, they all tell you that this will happen, which is why you have been waiting for it to happen. Well, you see, I would say this is the detrimental side of predicting future, because when you are anxious for it to happen soon, you are actually delaying it. Let's go back to the fruit tree analogy, okay? The future always depends on the present. So, say in the present, you are not watering your fruit tree, you're not removing weeds, you're not adding fertilizers. You're just sitting next to a tree and ask, so why are you fruiting so slow? Why can't you grow faster, grow bigger? And you're not doing all the necessary steps to help it to grow, to support the growth. Then what do you think will happen? You are delaying the fruiting, right? You are changing the future by your present actions or the lack of actions. You're not doing what you should be doing. Sometimes when we know about predictions, about big things that is coming, that might happen. We just stop doing what we're doing and we wait. And then it delays actually the outcome. So with your specific situation, what you should be doing then, ask yourself this question. So it really depends on whether your question is about a job or, I don't know, a love potential, a change of lifestyle, okay? You should recenter your focus to the present, to ask yourself, okay, what do I need to do now? Stay very grounded, work on staying very grounded in your present, instead of questioning the future. Okay, this of course requires confidence and faith. It's this knowing that, oh, okay, I know that this will happen. So I do not need to chase after it. I do not need to make sure that, look for signs, look for hints that it is happening. I'm not in a rush because I know it will happen. Okay? This oracle card is an advice, okay? It's number 15, in the middle of the bridge. I'm going to read the paragraphs from the booklet, the Dreamweaver's Oracle. Okay. Sometimes you get stuck seeing the world in a particular way. Maybe you have been indoctrinated to see things from a specific vantage point due to your past experiences. After all, society conditions us in the same way, encouraging us to follow the trodden path of this is how we do things. Maybe you have been comfortable throughout your life without finding it necessary to be open to different perspectives. Things have worked well so far, so why change? Right now, you are being invited to see things from other points of view. It is the appropriate time for you to engage in deep listening as you learn from other people and situations that are completely different from your own. This is a divine orchestration and a celebration of nuance and complexity that will expand your capacity for understanding, love, and compassion. Stay open to whatever you may discover, trusting it will change you for the better. This is also a brilliant moment for creative endeavors that will surely surprise you as you meet the divine halfway across the great divide. Meeting it halfway, I think this is the key as well. Allow these innovative ideas and new perspective to expand your heart. This is a beautiful moment of exchanging gifts for the highest good. In the middle of the bridge, just know how truly blessed you are. You will be surprised as you meet divine halfway. These two cards talk about surprise actually. So first, continue your path, continue it so that you can meet the divine halfway. I feel like this Eight of Stones is very grounded. Like if you look at how this craftsman is working on his craft, he has to be very focused and very present, right? If he's thinking about, oh, how much should I sell this piece? Who will buy it? Will I earn a lot from selling all of this? Will I become a billionaire? Will I be able to move out from this cave? Then his craft will not be good, will not be so perfect, right? He needs to pour his heart out at that moment. Be very, very concentrated, like super concentrating on his skills, on what he wants to create, right? So, okay, group 2. I feel like I've given you all the messages, okay? So, I'll just end this by saying, if you find this reading resonates with you, I'll be very happy if you would click like or subscribe. You can also leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you too. And if you are interested in booking a personal reading, you can head to the website that I've linked below and book from there. Okay? Group 2, I will see you in my next reading. Bye-bye.